And welcome back to another On The Go podcast productions, bro. We got a special show on display for you guys today, man. I hope y'all are doing great. Obviously, you know, we are the one-stop shop for everything sports. You want to talk NCAA, MLB, basketball, NBA, NFL, you name it, we talk it. We're the one-stop shop for everything. But today, we have a special guest with us, one by the name of John J. Gaming. You may know him from YouTube, the GOAT himself. Man, welcome to the podcast, bro. So glad you could be here today.
Hey, appreciate all you guys, inviting me on here. Love what you guys are doing, obviously. So,
man, look, it's a treat, bro. It's a treat. I've been hoping to get you on, and we finally got a chance to get you on. So thank you so much for coming. I know it's kind of last minute, but we got it done. We got it done, man.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
Welcome aboard, man. Welcome to the OTG show, brother.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, guys, how are y'all doing today before we get into this? I know the XFL started this weekend, and like you said, we're having some crazy games, but how are y'all doing?
Good, man. All good. All is well. Shit, we can't complain. It's another day. Like I said earlier, another day, another show.
There you go.
That's
another
right.
Day, another show. That's we just pumping them things out, you dig? So, look, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into this, and the show is going to commence now, you dig? So Tyler's actually about to hop in with us as well. God bless you. Tyler's fixing to hop in with us, guys, and we're going to get started. So let's go ahead and start off in the XFL. Let's strike while the iron is hot. Guys, what a weekend for the XFL. I mean, the games yesterday were great, but y'all are telling me I missed a treat. I was traveling on my way back home. Y'all telling me I missed a treat of a game. So let's start off right there. Let's talk about it. E, John, Jake, which one of y'all want to take the floor first?
John, you can go ahead, man. Let's give it to the guest.
Yeah, so we had St. Louis Battlehawks. They just played San Antonio for most recent XFL game that just got done, and I am the opinion of looking for player stories. Got AJ McCarron, former Alabama quarterback, Bengals quarterback that started a playoff game in the NFL. This guy has actual legitimate NFL experience going up against that San Antonio team, coached by Hein Warrens, by the way. Guy that if he's not in the Hall of Fame, he better be. He better be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just gonna keep
absolutely.
I only know this because I had to see my team play him twice, but
it wasn't quite so pleasant, huh?
No.
The way you talk about Hines Ward is the way I feel about Steve Smith. Like Steve, if he's not in the Hall of Fame yet, he needs to be in it.
Oh yeah, Steve Smith's cool too.
Yeah, that boy, Steve Smith was something serious, boy.
And he'll let you know too if he's having a great game. He'll let you know.
He not shy at all. He ain't shy at all. But speaking of Hines Ward, not to get off track, but I was actually doing some research for the XFL. And when I found out he was a coach, I kind of looked up his stats. This dude averaged for his career, yards per reception was like 12 yards per catch. He averaged that for his career, which is insane. Shout out to Hines Ward for that.
Yeah, shout out. That guy's an absolute legend, man. Absolute legend.
Absolutely. So, all right, I know AJ McCarron balled out. Was there anything in particular as far as the way the defense is played, or was it just like this team just completely shit the bed after halftime?
He actually didn't. AJ McCarron actually didn't ball out. Like he balled out the last minute of the game, and that's how they.
Damn. Okay.
They showed a stat like right before, like this first time they scored, and basically they had like 96 yards until the last. What was it, minute or so of the game, and then they put up 100 and some yards of offense.
Was he the starter?
Yeah, he was the starting quarterback. Yep.
Yeah. Right. So I think the thing that I've enjoyed is I like the onside kick rule because let's be real, like when do those actually get converted? Never. The 4th and 15 I feel like is very exciting, and you got to really go deep into the playbook and find a good play on 4th and 15. And the play that St. Louis got the first down on, I mean, I think it looked like a blown coverage to me. Like the guy just ran a deep out route and just happened to be sitting there by himself. So I like some of the rule changes. I like the fact that you can go for 1, 2, or 3, kind of like in flag football. The 1's from the 5, the 2's from the 10. I think the 3 is from like the 15-yard line. I like some of the changes.
The 1's from the 2 is from the 5, the 3 is from the 10, I think.
Okay, well, either way, it's like flag football. If you play flag football, you can go for
Nice,
1, 2,
though.
or 3. So yeah, no, I like some of the rules that they have. I hope the NFL is taking notes because I think some of these rules they could add to the professional game.
Yeah, and speaking about what the NFL could possibly add, we got to talk about that officiating. We all like to complain about that officiating at times.
Talk about it.
What I'm saying? And one thing that I really like what the XFL has, they have that super challenge rule that they have in place where you could challenge basically anything that you want. And it's a real quick challenge too. Like within 30 seconds, they go to a centralized booth and they make that call. So I hope the NFL takes notes. And frankly, it would be good for the NFL to send some of their officials to not only the XFL, but also the USFL, get them some additional reps. And I think that just creates a better game for us to enjoy because we all love our fantasy leagues. We all love our betting. And, we just want to see this game thrive,
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the fact that you can actually listen in on the replays. So you can hear the exact terminology, ruling, all that good stuff from the VP of officiating for the league. I think that's pretty cool. I was watching the Houston game last night. The way they were breaking it down, talking about, hey, I'm looking at this angle. You can hear the ref talking to him. Like, it is – I love it. I love the fact they can do that. And being that, y'all know, not John, but my boss man is actually official in the XFL. He's a college official, but he's doing XFL this spring. So I'm eager to ask him about all that in the morning at work.
Man, that's great, man. Shout out to the Roughnecks. Me and Tyler were talking about it yesterday. I slipped that in. I was like, bro, do you have a favorite team yet? And I just started looking at the rosters because I already knew who my team was gonna be. I moved to Houston. Houston Roughnecks got a bunch of LSU players. It's a no-brainer. So and then
we know Tyler's not gonna be a fan of him. Then.
No, Tyler actually said that he was gonna be a Roughnecks fan, but I think that might have been some snake oil. That might have been some sleight of hand, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm gonna roll with the Roughnecks because one, I feel like I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I know a lot about them. In a way, like I said, I was talking about their offensive coordinator. Dude's from Louisiana. He went to high school in Louisiana. He went and coached at his alma mater. Took them boys to a state championship the 1 year he was there. And I just, I'm all about people from Louisiana thriving, whether that be sports,
except for LSU. Except for LSU. Forget them. In all forms of them, forget them. But outside of LSU, if you from Louisiana and you doing something, I love it. So, yeah. And then, that offense I like that offense. Run and gun. That offense
quick,
was nasty
fast,
last
in a hurry.
night. Absolutely.
Hey, T, is it just LSU as a whole or just the football?
It's a whole, bro. It started out just as football, and then it gradually progressed to a whole, bro.
What about the girls' basketball team? They're pretty good this season. What about the girls' basketball team?
I ain't gonna hate on the females, bro. They doing their thing. Even though they did get that ass tapped by South Carolina last Sunday.
Boy, they sure did.
But I ain't saying one bad thing about them. Look, they doing their thing and can't say much about them. But I don't want them to win it. But if they do, shout out to them. Be my pleasure.
For sure. Well, it sounds like everybody's been real receptive to this opening weekend for the XFL. I'm gonna honestly say, and I want to pose this question to y'all. Do y'all think that the XFL has something here that could possibly be sustained at least for the next 3 to 5 years or more?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. The league was thriving before it got COVID shut it down. Like COVID shut everything down in 2020. I'm sure their numbers were high then. Like I said, the St. Louis Battlehawks, they were selling out the dome. Like, I'm pretty sure they sold out every home game up until the league, had to cease operations. So I think it's good. I just like with the USFL, I think you're gonna see a lot of these players end up at NFL training camps. You know, right? The season's gonna end in May, and I think you'll see, some of them players get called just as the USFL with Turpin. You know, he was the MVP, and then he got called up by the Cowboys and made the team, and then made the Pro Bowl. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be sustainable for sure.
Yeah, I think again, I hadn't really got to check out opening weekend like talking about it, but I think on a bigger scale, when you look at it like this, like within this whole country, we love football. We love football. And with only the NFL being such a limited amount of time, with the XFL coming into play, giving us something new and different, if the layout is right and it's bringing something entertaining for the people to watch, I think it has the potential to thrive. And especially if you got someone as famous as The Rock, of course, who's the owner and behind the marketing and all of that stuff, I think it has the ceiling as a roof, ceiling is potential, you know. I think it has a good bit of potential to go, man.
Yeah, and if we're just comparing it to the XFL, to the USFL, I think the quality of the game has looked better this weekend than it has throughout the USFL season. That's just my opinion, but you can tell that they really did a good job hiring coaches, right? Like you got Bob Stoops, you got Wade Phillips, all of them were either great college or NFL head coaches. Hines Ward was a great player. Rod Woodson was a great player in the NFL. So I think they've done a good job making sure to pick the right coaches. That way the product on the field looks good. And so far, I mean, like I said, I think the quality of football that we've seen this weekend has looked better than whatever the USFL had. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I would like to add to that, not to cut anybody off, what you just said. It also brings value when you actually have people who've played the game of football and has the knowledge and the insight on the game and stuff, rather than you just having someone who might seem knowledgeable, but it's different when you have the actual experience and you know the ins and outs of the actual game as a player, and you can bring that knowledge to upcoming players as a coach, with their history as a player. So I'm loving it. I'm rooting for him. I'm actually rooting for him. I'm hoping it thrives, man.
Good. What about you, JJ?
Yeah, I'm really rooting for it to thrive as well. And, what I'm curious to see, if the XFL really does decide to move beyond its 18 format in the future, I would love to see them expand into these big markets that don't have an NFL team in place, right? Like we see this with St. Louis, the Battlehawks, like they're selling out their arena. I was actually hoping tuning in that they were at St. Louis instead of San Antonio. Not going to lie to you. Yeah, just go to those various places. Columbus, Ohio. I'm talking about Ohio because that's where I'm from. OH, go Bucks. Columbus be a great environment as well. Just that. And then also, I'm really curious to see how the XFL competes from a ratings perspective once the USFL starts its season, because XFL will be finishing their season, but then USFL, they'll also be kicking off in early April. So that'll be really interesting to see the ratings comparison once that information comes out like a couple months from now.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's funny you bring that up because that was one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately. I was like, okay, especially like when you're first to the market. Obviously with the NFL, they have, they're the standard. But when you come in after the NFL, the XFL was the first to start so far since the season is over. Are people going to be tired of football by the time April rolls around?
True football fans, no, ain't no way.
Mm-mm.
Ain't no way. Because if you a real football fan, you can watch any form of football, and you might not like the product, but it's football and you'll watch it. Me speaking for myself, I'll watch anything football. I'll go watch little kids play. I'll go watch any form of football with pads on. Hell, if lingerie football came on TV, I'll probably watch that too.
No question asked.
It's football. Arena football. It is football in some way, shape, or form. I watched a women's playoff Super Bowl type game like last spring. I was just sitting there watching it.
Hey,
It
that
was
was you a
football
big
on
freaky
TV.
watching that, T.
That was me.
Hey, JJ, if you don't know, Tyler's alter ego is Big Freaky.
That's his
Hey, bro.
All right.
hey, that's his Sasha Fierce.
Yeah, bro.
Bruh, oh my god. I think Tyler used the wrong word. I think if you're a football addict, you're just gonna watch anything that comes on TV.
Right.
I think the casual football fan probably has their limits, but if you're a football addict, I'm sure you're good with this 365 every day, football type thing. I want to touch on JJ's point about going into bigger cities. I mean, San Antonio is a pretty big city, so how many more cities can you get the league into, right? Like Columbus is a big city. Like there's like 1 million people that live in Columbus. And I don't think people realize that because, Ohio State's there. But they just probably think it's like a small college town. But Columbus is a huge city. I mean, Atlanta had a team before, will they get another team? I think it'll be good to kind of expand because when you look at the map, it's really kind of southern heavy right now. You got like Seattle and DC, I think, are like the other, or, it's very south centric right now. So how many more, markets you can expand to, right? Like, do you go ahead and throw a team in San Diego? They don't have a football team anymore. They enjoy that. I'm sure there's plenty of options that they can choose from. I mean, everybody's got some kind of like stadium or arena that can host football, so it's not going to be hard to find.
Yeah,
hell, bring another team to NOLA. We got a USFL team, we got an NFL team. Bring an XFL team too.
Yeah, hey man, everybody love football. Like what I said earlier. Everybody got a football dream of some sort, or you've played backyard football with your buddies or your friends or something. And, some people might have not gotten that NFL chance. So if you expand more and bring the XFL to more cities and stuff, it gives more opportunities for people who have never gotten that NFL chance, but to try out for the XFL and maybe possibly, depending on their performance in the XFL, that can be a bridge to give them that chance to the NFL, and hopefully that's what the XFL brings to these players and these new cities and stuff, bringing the football teams there.
Absolutely, man. Like it's crazy that we're talking about the XFL like this because I feel like we could talk about this all day. I really do. Like that's how good of a product that they have, and the marketing is great. Even like the animations that they have when they're going to commercial or they're doing like a replay event, like everything seems top notch. People always talk about, you have to be before you become, if that makes sense. You got to be before you actually become that. And they really are setting themselves up to be a premier league in spring. And I'm here for it, bro. I love it. I absolutely love it. What you about to say, JJ?
Yeah, and I guess that's really the biggest difference between, the XFL and the USFL as of right now, because the XFL, this was multiple years in the making, right? This was something that was planned, 2-3 years down the line ever since the league did unfortunately get shut down because of COVID. Whereas, I don't know, it just seems for me when I was watching it last spring, the USFL was more, we'll figure it out in the moment. And
Right.
That kind of showed in its presentation as time. It's still a good league, and I still enjoyed watching it and talking about it, with my fellow peers. But that's just really the biggest difference for me.
Absolutely, man. And now, like the fact that the XFL is dipping into that NFL hierarchy of coaching and players, and even when it comes down to referees and reviewing, man, it kind of helps me segue into our next topic. Man, we talked about it last week. Eric Bieniemy was pretty much in position to either be the offensive coordinator for the Ravens or the Commanders. Obviously, that Ravens job didn't happen, and what dropped at the end of last week was Eric Bieniemy is actually going to be the offensive coordinator / assistant head coach for the Washington Commanders. Guys, talk to me. What do you think about this move, JJ? What do you see? Is this a big move for him, or is this something that you would have liked him to go somewhere else?
So personally for me, I would have liked to see him go somewhere else just because of how the Washington Commanders historically, they have been a very dysfunctional franchise, and I felt that it was disrespectful, on him that he had to go make a lateral move in order to maybe have that opportunity to become the head coach because, yeah, he may have not had those play calling duties over in Kansas City. Andy Reid, really the maestro when it comes to those play calls, but, he was very instrumental in the development of Patrick Mahomes, who, when his career is all said and done, who knows? Maybe he can be in that same conversation as Tom Brady. I mean, has that same type of feel to it. So I'm hoping for him to succeed, but given how dysfunctional that organization is, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but I'm really pulling for him.
Yeah, I'm right there with John. I get why he felt the need to take that move and make that move. And, maybe Ron Rivera gets fired midseason and he gets the chance to show what he can do as a head coach. But personally, I would have stayed right there in Kansas City. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mahomes ain't broke. That offense ain't broke. The team ain't going nowhere. I would have just stayed put. I mean, Andy Reid's 65 years old. Now, he could be like Pete Carroll and coach into his 70s, which he very well could, right? But he would have got an opportunity, I think, at some point. I mean, hell, Matt Nagy's on the team. He wasn't calling plays, and he got an opportunity to go coach the Bears. There's been a lot of assistants and folks that, have gotten head coaching jobs and weren't, associate head coaches or play callers in the respective teams. So for me, I don't like the move for him. I mean, I do think he's got a good plethora of, weapons to play with, right? He's got Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. They got some good running backs, B-Rob, Antonio Gibson. Got a question mark at quarterback, right? Sam Howell had one good game, but is he the future? Do you go get a guy?
Don't ask Skip Drayless. Skip Drayless say he the future, bro.
Well, if you look at his fantasy team, I'd be hopeful of Sam Howell too, man. He's got work that quarterback 2 spot. But I don't know. I just felt like, to me, and you can use this in corporate America or any scenario, right? When you have a boss, that boss is supposed to endorse you, right? Like, that boss is supposed to have your back and really put you out there if you're doing a good job. Supposed to be, right? We don't know what their relationship's like. It looks like Bieniemy and Andy Reid had a good relationship. But the point I'm trying to get to is, how much was Andy Reid out there vouching for Eric Bieniemy, right? People were calling him. They had to have been calling him and saying, hey, man, we're thinking about bringing Bieniemy in for an interview. What are your thoughts on it? Was Andy Reid the guy that was vouching for him, or was he just kind of just, yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, how did that dynamic come into play, right? Because we don't know. And I'm not sitting here saying that Andy Reid wasn't vouching for him, but just on the surface level, it looks like, he's been very passionate about having his guys get hired in the past. And I don't really know if he was doing that for Bieniemy. So, that's just my thoughts there on that.
Yeah, I go. Me personally, I don't think he should have left Kansas City as well. Being that with the team you've had, you've reached the success you wanted to. You won championships. You have built a great team. You have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. You had a great team. And to go elsewhere and try to rebuild that sort of team or franchise to that point, it's gonna be a journey, and not to say it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for sure. I just, like he said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And to leave that situation you had, I can understand you wanting to become a head coach, but your head coach position could have came very shortly. I don't see Andy Reid being that much longer, But yeah, I don't think he should have left Kansas City. That's just my take on it. I don't think so. He had a great situation there. He just wasn't a head coach. I think that's just the difference. I honestly believe he had a good situation there.
this I know what this is going to turn into for him. So no, he should have stayed in KC because, well, like we said, he probably could have been the next head coach in HC. Because to Christian's point, I don't see Andy Reid being there. I see Andy Reid having 2, maybe 3 more years left.
About two more years left, bro. At the max.
Before he hangs it up, because I mean, what more does he have to prove himself? He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He's led every team he's coached to the playoffs, deep into the playoffs. So with EB leaving KC to go to Washington, that's just you don't do that. I mean, he might be one of those type of guys that he likes the challenge. That's cool. But you got to know what you're going into. Like JJ said, Washington is a horrible franchise from the top. And it's just a bad situation for him. He probably will get the head coaching job mid-season, as Dre mentioned when it was announced. Shout out to my boy Dre. But then after Rivera gets fired mid-season, he coaches the rest of the season. If he does well, do they drop the interim tag and officially hire him as the head coach full-time? Or is this man out back on the street again, going through these interviews and end up as an OC somewhere else after one or 2 years?
And that's a great point. So, he might get the interim tag during the season, right? And don't get me wrong, I think Ron Rivera's a good coach. I just think he's coaching the wrong team. Let's not get that twisted. But who's to say that he gets the interim tag and gets to keep the job? The Washington's up for sale right now. Dan Snyder might sell that team before next season is over with. And anytime you have a new owner, they want their people in the seat. They want their GM, they want their CEO, they want all of their front office people and coaches handling the franchise. So you might be doing a handshake deal right now with Dan Snyder, but he might not even be the coach of the team next year. So, I hate for him to try to bank on something like that, and then you got a whole new owner and boss by the time the next season rolls.
Okay. And then y'all know how this goes. If you don't perform up to standard, they giving you the boot quick, fast, in a hurry. And if you're not, you just another coach at the end of the day, really. No matter what situation you come from and success you come from, you just another coach at the end of the day.
I think y'all missing it. I think y'all are missing it. And y'all all pretty much made my point, but I think y'all are missing it. I think this is a great move for Eric Bieniemy. And I'll tell you why. You ever dated a girl before and then you're like,
wait, hold on, Jim. You playing devil's advocate?
Of course. It's that time. It's that time. It's about that time. It's about that time. You dig?
And now, devil's advocate by Jimbo.
Devil's advocate by Jimbo. All right, so look, let's be real. The closest thing to Andy Reid that was in the Chiefs organization was Eric Bieniemy, right? Can we all agree?
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Eric Bieniemy leaves. Y'all mentioned Andy Reid's 65 years old. He just won his, second Super Bowl? What if he wins another one next year? What if they repeat? Okay, now he's got the trifecta. He goes out on a back-to-back. He might be ready to retire. Let's say, for instance, Ron Rivera stinks up the joint, okay? Or even if he keeps his job. But the offense for the Commanders is, within the top 10, maybe top 15 in the league. That head coaching job in Kansas City becomes available. If Eric Bieniemy interviews for that, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't get it, especially if they say, you know what, we got somebody that knows our system, that knows how we want to play, somebody that already has rapport with Patty, right? Yeah, him and Patty may have had their back and forth, but what coach and great player has never or ever had a back and forth before? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a workaround, but it's a way for him to get out from under the shadow of Andy Reid. If the Chiefs have any trepidations about him for any reason, he can go and shine with the Washington Commanders, right? And then he can somehow work his way back into head coach position. I mean, we've seen it happen before.
Yeah,
so
but
I don't see how. I just don't see how.
Hey, Jim.
No,
So
no,
the stars,
the stars have to align. I understand
You're
that.
gonna need a few thousand to align on that one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The stars have to align, but it's a
Here's the
possibility.
thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you right now. We can put it on the record. If Andy Reid
Let the record reflect.
if Andy Reid retires, head coach is already on the staff. They're gonna give that job to Matt Nagy. I'm just telling you.
Ew.
Why?
No, that's bad too.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
He already has head coaching experience.
With
He's
who?
the Mahomes is on
With the
team.
Bears.
I said he's got experience. I never said he was the best coach, but he did make
all
twice.
experience. All experience ain't good experience.
I'm just saying.
That's facts.
He made the playoffs twice, I believe, as the Bears head coach. He did the best that he could with Trubisky. He's the reason why Mahomes is in Kansas City.
That's cool, but if I had to pick between Matt Nagy
at this point, like, how would you hire Bieniemy, who has no head coaching experience, over Matt Nagy, who's been with the organization? He's got head coaching experience.
Well, you can say the same thing for Eric Bieniemy after this season. He's got the assistant head coach position job title as well. He already has rapport with Patty. Plus, he's got 2 Super Bowls with Patty, which Matt Nagy has neither.
But if they thought that highly of him, why you let him walk out the door?
Because Andy Reid ain't leaving. If I want to be a head coach and this is the only path I have, what I'm gonna do?
Okay. We talked about corporate America. I'm getting a new job. It's a better position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to leave. What do they do when you're about to leave? Oh, well, can we give you some more money? Can we change your title?
So you want the Chiefs to say, let's go ahead and force Andy Reid to retire so we can keep you?
No.
Winning the Super Bowl.
I'm saying, okay, you happy you got head coaching title? We can give you that title. There's no limit on how many associate head coaches you can have. You want to give you some more money? They ain't do it.
It ain't gonna be the same like that, baby. It ain't gonna be the same like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's for those that watch The Office, it's like telling somebody, "Oh, we'll make you assistant to the regional manager instead of the assistant regional manager," right?
Assistant to the regional manager.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you're saying he would go there and then automatically get the Chiefs job because he left. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense.
You don't know what you have until you don't know what you're missing until let's go on, my boy.
I got you, but I'm just letting you know they think highly of Matt Nagy.
All right. Okay. We're gonna find out.
Hey, as soon as he got fired, where did he go?
Well, it ain't nothing. I could tell you to go watch some film tape and just write up an offensive scheme for the first quarter.
I'm just saying,
to give you something to do.
In Chicago, he was right back in Kansas City.
Well, I mean,
no hesitation, nothing.
Think about it. If whenever you get in trouble or something bad happened to you, what you gonna do? You gonna run back home first, right?
Well, I'm just letting you know. I don't think Eric Bieniemy got that treatment, and that's why he's gone.
Oh, hey, only time will tell. Only time will tell.
I got you. Well,
I'm rooting for that man. I'm rooting for that man.
I'm for him too, but you was about to go with the scenario with the girlfriend. The girlfriend showed you what she thought about you.
That's fine.
Her trifling ass. She wasn't shit.
Hey, look,
she wasn't shit anyway.
She ain't try to,
But that's the thing.
Apologize.
Eric Bieniemy wasn't the boyfriend. He was the side nigga. You dig? So he had to go. She wanted to keep her main squeeze, so he had to go.
But
so now when he leave, and then when her main dude step out on her, guess where she going? Back to daddy. It's that simple.
Hey, but I say this. I'm
just saying, as soon as Nagy got fired, he's back in Kansas City. Eric Bieniemy's gone. Guess who's their offensive coordinator?
Man,
there's no reason why.
Look, as long as your butler don't steal from you, you always let him back in the house. Come on now.
You wouldn't know about having the butler.
I was about to. You speaking from personal experience, huh?
You wouldn't know about having a butler.
Hey, I meant to say cleaning lady. My bad. What?
You wouldn't know.
No worries, but I'm just letting you heard it here first. It will be Matt Nagy's job before it's Eric Bieniemy's job in Kansas City.
You know what? No offense, JJ. I know you're the only white person here, but that shit would happen. That shit would happen. That would be the thing that would happen.
No, I see how the NFL moves. I'm not gonna be offended by that. we're talking about the same NFL. Okay,
And look,
that gave Cliff Kingsbury.
I just so y'all know, I'm not shooting shit. Aaron Wilson, who's a prominent NFL writer, he says senior assistant Matt Nagy expected to be elevated to offensive coordinator.
That's what they do. They create titles for him.
Hold on. Nagy is the top candidate to eventually replace Andy Reid, per sources. Succession plan likely in the next 3 years.
Bro, come on, bro.
Damn.
Bro.
Damn, EV. You just had to say that for 3 more years, man.
For 3 more years, really? Succession in 3 more years? You know what all could happen in 3 more years?
Think about it. If they wanted to keep him, you don't think they would have sat him down and talked about it? Hey, look, EB, I know you want to leave. Andy Reid's probably got 2-3 more years. You ain't got to go to shitty-ass DC. Just stay here. We're going to take care of you. You know, don't leave. He knows what's going on, man.
Bro, what if he said, I don't like, what if he said, that's not a good deal. I'm going to go ahead and do my own thing, and then I'm going to come back if the opportunity is available.
Look,
all right, cool.
John said it best at the beginning of this segment. That organization is dysfunctional.
Look what they did with the Sean Taylor statue. Not to get off topic. That is tragic.
That was, bruh.
That was terrible.
Idolize Sean Taylor.
They gave that man a mannequin. They
also do.
This owner is under federal investigation right now because he was stealing money. And you want to go to that?
Hey, bro.
Well, this same owner also threw out the Sean Taylor mannequin. Well, that's what it is.
That was
because of that federal investigation being announced. Trying to deflect the blame, man.
Like, he's trying to deflect the blame.
I'm just letting y'all know. You know, sometimes, like, hey, Bill Belichick wasn't a good coach his first go round, right? He coached the Jets, I think the Browns or whoever.
Oh, he was Dookie Water.
But there you go. Pete Carroll didn't have a good first go round in the NFL. He had to go to USC, get right. Then now he's in Seattle. I'm not sitting here speaking the world of Matt Nagy, but the crap he was handed in Chicago, he did as best as he could with that team. The fact he made the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky twice as the quarterback is an accomplishment in itself.
Hey, don't get me started, bro. How you gonna leave a Chicago scenario and then you walk into Patrick Mahomes? Come on, man.
He made a Pro Bowl team when he was the head coach. I'm just saying. That man can go in the interview and say, look, man, they picked Mitch Trubisky for me, man. Look, I did the best I could. You give me a half. Already got his story lined up. Just saying.
Damn. Well, we shall see. We shall see, man. Great conversation. Great conversation on the Eric Bieniemy situation, man. I wish him the best, and I know we all do. I know we all wish him the best, but
without a doubt, man. We all room for him. Room for him.
For sure. Well, guys, we're gonna come down to one of our last topics of the day. I want to get into some NBA All-Star Weekend. I know this is a hard transition, but we gotta talk NBA All-Star Weekend, man. The skills challenges were kind of wonky, but shout out to White Men Can Jump starring Mac McClung, okay? JJ, you gotta take this shit off the dome, JJ. Come on. Hey, we got and coming up to the stage, John J. Gamer. Gotta get the people what they want, JJ.
Yeah, so I mean, it goes to show that White Man can jump.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
No, but I remember watching like House of Highlights of what Matt McClung was in high school and his insane dunk package, and just see him the way that he led that dunk contest. That contest was over after the first dunk. You didn't even need to play anything else. Like that was going to be the best dunk of the night. Like I knew he was going to win. I just knew.
Yeah, I'm glad he brought some creativity back, man. And he showcased his athleticism, especially in regards of dunking. Because these past couple of years, the dunk contest has been straight garbage water, bro. Straight garbage water.
Dookie water, baby.
You had to bring in a GP guy just to revitalize it. This is a lot.
Yeah.
Signed that man to a 2-week contract. So he can be in a dunk contest.
Hey, bro, think about that. During Black History Month, They signed a white man to a 2-week contract to save the NBA dunk contest. I can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up. This is some real stuff, people.
Hey, shout out to Trey Murphy though, because he came in second place, but he had a good performance.
Yeah, man, it was exciting to see some flavor back into the dunk contest, man. It's been looking a little bit more pretty, for lack of a better word, because these guys hadn't really been trying shit, or at least giving us exciting dunks. Or at least the people we thought that we would see in the dunk contest haven't really been in the dunk contest, like talking about it. So, yeah, hats off to Mac McClung, man. He did his thing. He showed out for the 5 fellow white brothers out there.
Hey, word on the street. You know what I'm saying? Word on the street. Mac McClung got a lifetime supply of raffle tickets for the door prizes at the block party. That boy leaving out with the aluminum foil paper plates from the barbecue and the big spoon.
And the big I tweeted last night, man. He got a permanent invite to the cookout after he won the dunk.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
He might even be in the line dances, you know what I'm saying? Might catch him in that Cupid Shuffle line dance.
He's gonna be stepping in the name of love, bro.
We got shout that man out. That was
it's like candy. Ow. Aluminum plate in hand. Hit that next step.
Hey, who made this rice dressing? This shit good.
Hey, bro. As long as he don't bring a dish, he gonna be all right, bro. He's gonna be fine.
Just don't come with the
potato salad with raisins at home.
Bro.
Right. Leave the potato salad raisins on. Hey, we gotta chill out, bro.
No doubt.
Hey, that man, hey, he put on a show. I wish the dunk contest would get back to all 4 participants putting on a good show where you don't know who's gonna win until the final round of it. As JJ said, we knew that was over first dunk.
Oh yeah,
you jumped over 2 people, grabbed the ball, hit it off the backboard, and then contorted your body to dunk it behind your head. Come on, bro. Over it.
It was crazy athleticism.
And he also didn't have to try like 15, 20 times.
No, that was his first attempt. That was first
4 dunks, 4 attempts.
And he almost
first dunk all 4.
Almost went perfect. I think
flawless
350s, and then one was like a 49.8 or something like that.
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit.
Hey, why? Because
we're on the top of the NBA. Obviously, the second half's about to start. I think the game's about to come on and look at the All-Star game. But
Thursday,
in each conference, what team are you looking forward to the second half of the year? Jimmy doesn't have to answer because we know the Lakers are his team to watch.
Hey, boy, we about to stand up. You dig? We about to say, bro, you better watch out now. Watch out.
On the couch.
Oh,
damn, JJ.
Damn.
Oh my God! Shots fired! Oh my God!
Pow, pow, pow!
I want to hear JJ's answer on this. I don't know how much of a basketball fan you are. I'm assuming you are, but I want to hear what he got to say.
Hey, Cleveland got a good team.
Yeah. So obviously in the East, I got to go to the Cavs. Stay, made that trade for Donovan Mitchell. They also brought in some veteran experience and Danny Green, who may not be who he used to be, but veteran, got championship experience, got a ring, be a really good influence to that young core of Darius Garland.
Mm-hmm.
Got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen in there, Twin Towers.
That really might be the best starting 5 in the league. I mean, the Suns might have something to say, but I think the Cavs probably got the nicest starting 5 in the league.
Yeah. So I don't think they have necessarily the same star power as maybe like Boston does, or even, Milwaukee, like Giannis and Jason Tatum. I checked the x-rays, they got that dog in them. Okay.
Right.
Playing system, right? But no, the Cavs they got a pretty deep team. They got a deep team, and
well,
they
I
got
think
some
a lot of the guys, right? Like Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, you can tell they're about to be like future superstars. Like Garland's a great player. Evan Mobley's like coming into his own. Jared Allen's a walking double-double. We know what Spider is. Like, I like the starting lineup at least.
Yeah, and people forget they actually have playoff experience from last year. They were in that play-in tournament, so they already know what playoff basketball feels like, and I think they're going to learn from what happened last year. They got bounced in that play-in tournament, and maybe they're going to come out and surprise some people. Eastern Conference
I
Finals,
like that
we'll
young
see.
Cavs team. I like that young Cavs team. I feel like that team. Well, before I say that, I'm rooting for the home team, the Pels. Even though the Bulls is my team, but we some straight butt.
Hey, right now they're in the 11th spot, so one more spot up in the play-in tournament.
Hey!
What the fuck?
That's what y'all get. Y'all 11 ass. Hey, that's why we beat y'all. That's why we beat y'all, bro. Don't worry about it. Y'all only need that pick swap. No big Frenchie to know.
Hey, bro, season ain't over with yet, bro.
Hey,
that's no more campaign.
I'm marking her. I'm telling y'all right now, the Lakers finishing no lower than the 6th seed. I promise you.
No lower.
Ain't no way.
No lower than the 6th. They only 5 games out of the 3rd spot. So don't tell me that.
So is the rest of the West.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. No lower than the 6th seed.
Okay, when Kevin Durant come back?
It don't matter.
After All-Star break. Supposed to come back after the All-Star break.
You know when LeBron come back? LeBron come back after the All-Star break too.
You got the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, Kings, Clippers, Suns, Mavs, Pels, Timberwolves, Warriors, Thunder, Jazz, Portland, Lakers.
You know, and speaking of that Kings team has been criminally under the radar. They got De'Aaron Fox. Yes. He's from the Watch.
That goddamn Sabonis. Lord.
Sabonis. They might quietly break the longest NBA playoff drought. Because they haven't gone since what, 02, 03?
No, they definitely breaking that shit because they going for sure.
Oh yeah.
They just gonna be in the play.
They're 3 games out from 3rd team, so I don't know.
Timberwolves aren't even healthy right now. The Cat's been out for several weeks. You know, Pels got a deep team. Zion's walking Band-Aid right now.
Ain't worried about them. Zion's street clothes.
Dallas got Kyrie and Luka.
Still ain't worked out.
We already know about that team. Clippers are healthy.
They gonna be nasty.
Grizzlies, I mean, they got a good team. The Nuggets, goddamn Joker and Jamal Murray's back. Like, I mean, hell,
the Nuggets
good.
Hey,
the Nuggets would be scary, especially when they shooting is on point.
They not gonna be scared. Stop hyping up these teams that ain't done nothing yet. Stop. Let's talk some real basketball.
Lakers ain't done nothing yet.
Hey,
I'm just saying,
what we did in the last
Jake.
3 seasons. What we did in the last 3 seasons, my boy. What we do?
Y'all got a bubble championship.
Hey, I find it real funny. I find it real funny. Everybody going into it. Oh man, this might be the hardest championship ever. As soon as LeBron wins it, oh, that got an asterisk by it. That's the easiest championship ever.
No,
hey Jake,
I ain't saying that.
Come on now, bro.
Nola would have won that.
I ain't saying all that.
I'd be bragging about that like no tomorrow. So there's no asterisks on that one. That's
Thank you.
Nah.
Thank you, bro.
But they got one, but they ain't done shit since.
Don't worry about it. I'm telling you, bro. A healthy LeBron James. But we about to be 0 dark 30, bro. Just be patient, okay? Just be patient.
Hey,
be patient.
Hey,
so you said,
hey, that's what y'all said last year.
But look, we did not have the team that we have today. Okay,
Y'all wouldn't have the same caliber of team. What do you mean?
The pieces fit a hell of a lot better.
So is
let's be honest.
Gonna be
they
healthy
did
for
make some good deadline deals.
Let's be real. Give them their respect, bro. That was some really good trades, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah, it was nice, but hey, is Anthony Davis gonna be healthy for playoffs?
He will be.
yeah,
Book it. You can book it. You can book it.
He gonna break a finger.
Can we save that for Old
Taste
Taste Exposed? That Twitter account.
You can definitely book it. You can definitely book it. Okay, I promise you, bro.
Yeah,
he gonna have a cold tomorrow and miss 2 weeks.
I don't know about anything higher than the 6th seed. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
All right, look, I'm gonna stand tall on this one. Lakers finishing in the 5th spot. Period. Fifth.
Nah.
5th in the West. Period. Okay. Period.
That West is gonna be fun to watch, though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
The
West
loaded.
is crazy. The West is almost like the AFC in football, bro. That shit is wild. Crazy, bro.
And like I was telling E a few weeks ago, do y'all remember it wasn't nothing but like at least 3-4 years ago where the West was trash. There was nobody in the West.
Yeah, everybody was out
for you to
east.
make the playoffs in the West, you can have a below 500 record and be like the
Nola.
sixth seed in the West.
Everybody
Nola was under 500 last year, and they made it.
everybody left when LeBron went. Let's just be honest.
So the fact that the West is just every team in the West has stars that are balling. You bring Kyrie from East to West, and you bring KD from East to West. That makes it tougher. Better. The West is gonna be whoever wins the West to get to the finals. That's gonna be hard earned no matter what, because you got to go through a gauntlet to get there. Then you're gonna have to go through a gauntlet in the playoffs, and the play-in teams that eventually make it can beat the top 1, 2, 3, seeds. So I'm looking forward to see who comes out the West. Hopefully, it's gonna be our Pelicans. But man, the West is gonna be nice.
That's definitely a tough division. It's definitely tough. It's gonna be a very entertaining conference to keep up with.
I'm excited.
If
y'all can't tell, I'm very excited. I'm ready for Thursday. I'm ready for the Lakers to play.
You excited for that first round loss, bro?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. All right, y'all keep clowning, bro. When the Lakers gonna be playing in the conference championship, everybody gonna be in here. Everybody in here lip gonna be long when the Lakers in the conference championship, and they're gonna be like,
"Ooh, that's pushing it."
Jimmy told us.
Conference championship? Are we booking it here on this podcast right now?
I'm booking it. I'm booking it.
I think he is, Jake.
I'm booking it.
Yeah, this is gonna go one of two ways. Jimmy's gonna have the biggest victory lap of all time, we're gonna run this back and he's just gonna leave the zone.
Hey, look, this is gonna be an even bigger victory lap than when TCU got their ass blasted in a national championship. Because I was talking about that since before the playoffs started. I knew exactly what was gonna happen.
So I was watching that national championship game between Georgia and TCU, and as a Buckeyes fan, I was looking. We could have been that national championship game, win the damn thing, if only we made that field goal.
Well, you know what happened.
I don't know about winning it, big dog.
Hey man, somebody turned on the AC there in Atlanta because there's no way.
Georgia, hey, like I said, Georgia would have did that to Michigan, bruh. Hey, bruh, them boys they were well prepared. They were ready, and they just put it all on the line. Like I said in the podcast right after, if you listen to Kirby Smart's pregame speech, them boys was winning by 21 plus anyways. It just so happened that they won by 40 plus.
You talking about for the Natty? You talking about for the Natty? I thought you were talking about against Ohio State. Oh, my bad.
No. I'm talking about the Natty.
Oh yeah.
And it's just that TCU had to take the brunt of that. But like I said, they would have did that to Michigan too. So I don't see why, not to bring this up again. Why everybody's like the committee got it wrong. The committee
They did get it wrong.
I think Georgia would have did that to Michigan.
Come on, bro.
They would have did that to Michigan, dog.
TCU should not have been in the national. It shouldn't have been in the playoffs.
No, TCU earned that opportunity, and they even won a game.
They lost.
They earned the opportunity to play in the national championship game.
So why is it that TCU is the only team that's exempt from criticism or judgment if they lose their conference championship?
Because that was their only loss at the time.
So a loss is a loss. Any other time, like, let's be real.
Yeah,
have we ever seen that before?
So should Bama have gotten in over them?
Fucking right.
No, they got losses. No. They win their conference championship.
No, so Bama looked like hot garbage all season. How did they win 10 games?
It's not even about Bama. Bama was just literally the team right under them. They would have been the team that was going to move up into the slot. It could have been anybody.
Well, here's the thing with Alabama,
not
right?
Been in the playoffs.
Alabama, in their one-score games, we could have been looking at a scenario like, yeah, they had 2 close losses. Could have been undefeated. But they also could have very well been 7-5 and go into the Liberty Bowl. Okay? Like, we're talking about 12 points of difference between Liberty Bowl and the college football playoff. That's what we're really talking about here.
Sugar Bowl bird.
No, we're not even talking about the Sugar Bowl. I'm talking about the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. That you said that you take over like a Sun Belt team, year one in NCAA, that's where you get to go. Okay.
God damn.
Golly, bro.
I'm
We
being
just won the
serious.
Liberty Bowl.
If Georgia,
Oh, Tyler, this is what I wanted to tell you, bro. I think next season the Roughnecks are gonna end up drafting Anthony Richardson to their quarterback. So don't worry about it, bro. It's okay. We'll have some Florida players playing for the Houston Roughnecks. Don't worry about it, bro.
oh, bro, that ain't even right, bro. You ain't even right.
I mean, at least I ain't saying he's gonna be their starting running back. So
that man finna go from the sound of it. He finna go top 10 in the NFL draft.
So that's interesting you say that. I actually just did a mock draft over on my channel a few days ago, and I actually have Anthony Richardson. And Jimmy, you're gonna want to cover your ears for this one. I have him mocked.
Don't you dare
to the Panthers.
Okay. No. Oh no, bro! Wait, no.
I told you to cover your ears. I don't know what to tell you, boss.
Oh no, guys, that's it. The show is over. We get up out of here, man. Go ahead and clap it up. I'll just pick it, man. I'll just pick it, but I don't look, dude. The Panthers are not in a position to take a project quarterback. They got a good team, bro. You just need a quarterback. That's it. Not no project quarterback.
Anthony Richardson might be the best quarterback from that class.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
My God.
Oh no. E, don't do that.
The blasphemy.
I said if he goes to the right team. I'm not saying I'm not like Jimmy. I'm not on the 12-foot diving board. I'm on like the kiddie one. I'm just saying if he goes to the right team. So let me.
Yeah. Sorry. After you read that, I had to check my phone real quick to see if there was something that said Bryce Young and CJ Stroud going back to school. You know what?
I said we all know that Stroud and Bryce are better than Anthony Richardson. I'm just saying he's got some untapped potential.
Hey, no, I absolutely agree. And if he does, wherever he goes, he needs to be learning behind a veteran quarterback. He needs to learn behind a veteran quarterback, learn for a year because he's not going to be ready to play day one. But I do agree he does have the athletic tools to be successful in the NFL. He just, he needs a little bit of seasoning. He needs a little bit more of that salt and pepper, in terms of his processing.
Look, guys, I'm letting it be known right now. We're about to start doing random drug tests for the host on the Something is going on with E right now. I don't know where the hell.
Where
the hell you got that from?
My take was more outrageous than you saying that the Lakers are going to finish as a top 5 seed.
Absolutely. That's like Minnesota fans thinking Kellen Mond is going to replace third Cousins. Like, what?
He's actually not even on the team anymore.
My point exactly.
He said my point.
Come on, man.
Oh, man.
E.
What? I said if he goes to the right team, he's going to be really nice.
Ryan Leaf could have went to the right team. Jamarcus Russell could have went to the right team, and they still wouldn't have been right.
Okay. I think Jamarcus. No.
You just named two quarterbacks don't even comp to Anthony Richardson, man.
I think Jamarcus would have been good with the right support. I think they both would have been a lot better with the right support.
Oh no, Jamarcus Russell, he just didn't want to put in the work. I mean, let's just call it how it is. And that's why he was a bust.
I'm just saying, like, I could be
that could be true, but from hearing it out the man's mouth himself on the podcast.
I did listen to that, yeah.
I feel like if he went to a different situation, I'm not saying he would have been, all be all winning multiple, I ain't saying he would be on no Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Drew Brees type stuff, but he would have been in a lot better situation than he was.
All right. I like this conversation, and I kind of want to drag it out a little bit because this gets down to something even deeper. Like, at some point, if you dealt a shitty hand, at what point do you say, you know what? I'm going to just roll over and take it.
Accountability.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you bust your ass to get to the NFL and you get sent to a shitty team, you get traded, you get drafted to a shitty team, in the moment, yes, it might suck. It might be like the worst thing ever, but let's be real, dog. You made it to the NFL. Your job, your whole entire job is to stay there. No matter how this coach feels about you, no matter how this coach want to treat you. If you can ball out on the field, if you put in the work, what are they going to tell you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Your
like,
performance should outweigh that.
I don't care. I don't care how they treat you, bro. Like, if I go to work right now, I'd be like, man, my boss, I don't really fuck with him. So I'm going to just do whatever at work. Next thing you know, I'm going to get fired. And then my wife and my kids going to be looking at me like, the fuck, bro? Like, we just got a house. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know? Well, I'll be like, well, I don't like the way they treat me, so I'm going to just roll over and take it.
Yeah, and that's also a big difference between college ball and NFL ball at the end of the day. In high school, you could choose what situation you want to be in, in terms of college level. And, you get to college, you don't like things. Oh, I could just transfer every time I want. Bet, right? NFL, a little bit harder for you to do that, right?
That's true. But
it'll be easier sleeping on the millions every night, knowing my coach is a dick. You dig?
Right.
but at the same time, you still it still goes a little bit deeper than that. I mean, yeah, for you to be the number one overall pick, you got to produce. But the team that drafts you has to put you in situations for you to do that. Personally, coming out of college, if I went, 3-4 years of college, coming out at 23 and somebody handed me $30 million, hell, I wouldn't know what to do with $30 million. I probably would have went, blew the stuff, partied, and not even, stayed true to my craft. Not saying, that's not exactly what happened to, Jamarcus Russell, but it still goes deeper that you need that support system around you.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But like Chris said, accountability. What the millions going to do about you watching film, learning the playbook, front and back.
It goes both ways.
Because it's like when you think about it, those people, at the end of the day, you making millions, so why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, And to them,
how they feel about you,
and they paying you this money, they expecting you to live up to those standards they have for you. And if not, what you think they're going to do? Because at the end of the day, this is a business. And in this business, you're just another player. Unless you're someone that's showing a promising future, they might not be gracious enough and say, all right, maybe you might be able to stick around. But at the end of the day, you're really just another player. And they got to keep the business going, And
I mean, let's be real. Oakland wasn't the cream of the crop organization at that time anyways. So you was going into a tough situation regardless if he had the support or not. Either he would have played a couple of years, played well, and his career would have took off, or what happened to him happened, but it still goes both ways. A player like certain players need certain support. Maybe let's say Bryce Young goes number one this year to the Bears, just hypothetically. I'm pretty sure the Bears are in a better situation to support him than Oakland was back in that time with Jamarcus Russell.
That's real. JJ, get it off your chest.
No, I'm just thinking about, hypothetically speaking, of course, like let's say, Justin Fields gets traded, and that means, Bryce Young would go number one to the Bears. Have you guys seen the Bears roster? That roster is cheeks. They need literally everything. Like, we could suit up, okay, and we might make the Bears NFL roster last year, okay? They need everything but a quarterback, because Justin Fields is him, right? And then the running backs are fine. But other than that, they got no weapons. Their offensive line is built like the paper towels I got in my kitchen, right? Front seven, I could find holes for their front seven. And then their DBs, of course, they can't cover. So, they need everything. And, to put all of that pressure on a 21, 22-year-old young man, you look at him and say, hey, I know we're terrible. We need you to turn us around.
Yeah.
Not a lot of QBs can do that.
No.
Joe Burrow's an exception.
Yeah, very much so.
Absolutely.
But he's not the rule.
Yeah, but even then, to that point too, it is a team game at the end of the day. And if you have a good quarterback, you do need those surrounding pieces to help him perform to the standard that y'all need him to. You can't expect that one person to win the whole entire thing for you, Because at the end of the day, if he don't have the weapons that he needs to perform the way that he can or he should, then like he'll be limited in performance. He'll only be allowed to do so much and perform so much. And if he don't have that surrounding cast, then you can't expect your team to reach those certain heights, you know?
Absolutely. It's safe
so
to say.
it would be unfair to put all that pressure on someone with you don't have a surrounding cast as a whole.
It's safe to say Justin Fields needs that Trevor Lawrence treatment. It's safe to say. Safe to say. Well, guys, we have come down to the tail end of the show. It's got our last thing. JJ, if you haven't been you actually haven't been a part of this, but it's something new that we started doing on the show where we do some sports trivia. We use it as a hold them accountable session. And E presents a question. We give our answer, and then we go over it in the next episode or next podcast saying, what the answer was. So E, the floor is yours, my brother. What is the trivia for this week?
I just want to deflect real quick. Kyler, when was the last time I was wrong about a quarterback prospect? That since you've known me.
You talking to me?
Yeah, since you've known.
Wrong about Purdy.
I think you hit the nail on the coffin with all of them, my boy.
Thank you. So I just want to let that know. So if you can get him in your fantasy drafts, you're welcome. Since everybody in your league is laughing. But I'm just messing. But so the trivia for this week, Jerry Rice is the all-time leader in receptions in NFL history. Who is number 2?
I think I'm going to have to go with Randy Moss.
Okay, got Randy Moss.
Yeah, that was my answer.
Okay, we got 2 for Randy Moss.
Is this a current player? No, it can't be a current player.
No hints.
No hints. I feel like Randy Moss would be too easy, so I'm gonna just go with the easy one this time. Yeah, let's go with Randy Moss.
All right. I got 2 that I'm trying to pick between. Damn, bro, I got 2 I'm trying to pick between. I want to go Reggie Wayne, but I also want to go Mr. CTM himself, Antonio Brown. So, hey, a stronger heads will prevail. So I'm gonna go Reggie Wayne.
Okay. Right. So, do you want to set an answer, or we're just cutting it here?
No, we're gonna cut it here. We're gonna cut it here, and we'll go over it.
But before we go, I got a random that's been on my mind all day today.
Oh Lord, hold on. Let me wrap up this section, and then we're gonna get into a random. Let me wrap up this section.
Yeah, let's do random. Let's throw the random out there. Let's do randoms.
All right. So E, state the question one last time, and then we're gonna be done.
All right. So Jerry Rice is the NFL's all-time leader in receptions. Who is number 2?
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Who is number 2? Drop your answers down in the comment section below. All the right answers we definitely will present, and if they wrong, like crazy wrong, we're gonna clown your ass. Just letting you know.
Yeah,
that's how we get down on OTG. That's how we get down on OTG. And honestly, I might have to clown my ass too. So don't feel bad. All right. So drop that below, and we're gonna highlight it. Again, we can't thank y'all so much for sharing, liking, subscribing, and listen to us on Apple and Spotify as well as YouTube. So thank you. Now, lastly, we are getting into our random session of the show. This is it. This is over. This is done. Guys, you have 60 seconds to go ahead and knock out your random. The floor is yours, Tyler. Take it away.
This is my random. As you know, y'all know, down in Louisiana, it's Mardi Gras season. Black people, stop walking in the middle of the road when there's a sidewalk and there's cars trying to pass. Y'all don't need to be dapping each other up in the middle of the road. Go to the side of the road, dap your homie up so we can get on and this traffic don't get backed up. All right. I just left a parade earlier today, and it was black folk everywhere. And everywhere they wanted to dap each other up in the middle of the road or walk in the road. Come on, bro. Get on the sidewalk or the side. Get on the side. Because if somebody hits you, you're gonna be mad. And then you want to shoot somebody or fight somebody. So they're gonna
want to sue.
Before we get to all that, get off on the side of the road.
Especially if they think you got a nice looking car. Oh, he got money too.
They're gonna sue you with a public defender. Ain't even gonna get a lawyer. They'll get a public defender.
Bitch, I drive a Chrysler 300. You think I got money?
Right. Man, T, great random. JJ, you want to give it a shot, or you want us to go to somebody else till you think of something?
Yeah, I could go ahead and give it a shot. First and foremost, appreciate you and the rest of the crew inviting me on here tonight. Really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Big fan of the podcast. If y'all have seen in the comments section, right? One random thing that I got, going back to the XFL real quick, Seattle Sea Dragons and also the DC Defenders are going to go at it at 8 o'clock Eastern. One player to definitely watch out for, Josh Gordon's on them Sea Dragons.
Oh, good call.
So,
hey, is he,
do what you want with that information.
Y'all think he playing high?
Hey, they ain't drug testing in the XFL, baby. Bro.
Ooh,
Blitz the league, baby. Blitz the league.
He about to go off. Josh Gordon for 400 yards tonight, boy.
Damn.
He going off. He going hammer.
Appreciate that, JJ. Krystian, you want to go ahead and hit your random?
Let's see. I hadn't really. I don't know, man. I don't think I really have much tonight. I'll just put it like this. For the upcoming week, I'm hoping everybody have a great, prosperous upcoming week, whether you be at work, school, whatever you got going on. Stay to the grind, keep going, get through this week, make it count, and hey, enjoy your time. Enjoy this life we got.
Chris, I appreciate you helping the people get their weather together. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you see that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Put a little
Trying
paint
to give
where
a
it
little
ain't.
news they can use and hopefully not abuse,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Letting the record reflect tonight,
Chris,
sir.
Chris, you gotta
Got
trademark these
ain't
things,
nothing but
bro.
a little knowledge you can't learn in college,
Bro, you can make some money, bro. You gotta trademark these things, dog. Like for real.
Yeah,
all
I need
about that
some
Buffalo
t-shirts.
nickel, baby.
Yes, sir.
Not the Buffalo nickel.
E, what's your random tonight,
Buffalo.
brother? What you got?
All right. So my random is, dang, and I just had it too. Damn, I just lost my random just that quick.
Don't piss your wife off when she's pregnant. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good random. That's a really good one.
Thanks.
Kim's clapping in the background, so thanks, Tyler.
Hey, that's why she loved me, bro. That's why she loved me.
Tyler waiting on your Christmas card this year, bro.
Random for me. This inflation is out of control, man. Bojangles, y'all got some good chicken, man, but $20-some for a 12 box, man. That's a lot. I'm about to find my chicken somewhere else in my kitchen.
Yep.
Mm.
We'll just go ahead and throw that out there, man. This inflation instead of the taxes, the inflation is too damn high. That's my random.
We did it, Joe.
You sure did. You sure did. You sure did. God damn, bro. Yo, look. God damn, that's so funny, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and do my random real quick. It should be short. Man, look, I just want to take this time to say, I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all hear that?
I heard something. Sound like somebody knocking on something.
You know what that is?
Your
That's the
kid's
Lakers
acting a
going
fool.
into the 6th and 5th seed before the end of this goddamn month.
God.
You understand? The Lakers are going to the playoffs. We're gonna finish the 5th
I fell
seed.
for that one.
Bron gonna get his fitting ring. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't talk to me. I'm letting y'all know I'm having the biggest parade down here in Katy, Texas. And if y'all need the address, y'all let me know. I'm throwing beads, Gatorade, and lemonade. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm all good. I'm out. Peace. That's what we doing, goddammit. That's what we doing.
Hey, bro, I thought you was about to. I thought you was gonna have something to say about Texas, something in Texas that you've experienced in a week.
I was
and
waiting
you
for
say
something
some shit like that.
I was waiting for something serious, dog.
Oh, I was serious. I was serious. I was serious. Hey, man.
I thought this man was gonna go out on a tangent about his kids, man.
No, man. I went where I needed to be.
Acting the fool in the new crib.
Hey, bro, I'm El Capitan, a brown sexual, so I gotta represent.
The Le General.
Le General. You dig? So
Le
look,
General.
John Jake, thank you so much for being with us, my man. Tell the people what you got coming up next and where they can actually, find your content on YouTube, because you have a very successful YouTube channel that's growing by the day. So,
yeah, bro. Tell all the sugar mamas and the boppers and twerkers and club workers and all that where they can find your profile, bro.
Oh, you wild for that, man. Nah, I'm just trying to be like y'all on what y'all doing, but yeah. So I got a bunch of college football content over on my channel right now. NCAA 12, NCAA 06. Going with the older NCAA games back when sports games were just like that, you know what I'm saying? Just perfect. John Jake Gaming on YouTube, and then also you can find me on Twitter as well. John Jake Gaming on YouTube and on Twitter. But yeah, other than that, really appreciate the opportunity again to come on here and bestow my knowledge about the XFL among other things, and hopefully y'all are out here having a blessed one and taking advantage of them nice weather. We got some nice weather, just no more snow. So I'm feeling good.
Hey, feeling good today.
It's hard to be pissed on a nice day.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you coming on with us, bro.
Yeah,
hopefully
bro.
Hopefully you be back for more. Hopefully you enjoyed your time with us up on this thing.
Yeah, I really did enjoy it. And Jimmy, we're gonna see. If you're right about the Lakers, either you're going to have the biggest parade down there in Katy, Texas, like you said, or we're going to be sending some clips over to the Old Takes Exposed on Twitter. Right?
I'm all good with that. I don't have no problem being held accountable, but I know LeBron James and Anthony Davis going to pull through, so I ain't got nothing to worry about.
LeBron, yes. Big Band-Aid, he got to be on the court. So,
let's hopefully AD don't have no broken bones or nothing like that. He's pretty fragile right now.
We're gonna get up out of here, bro. John Jake, again, thank you, brother, for joining us today. Can't thank you enough. So glad we were here. This is probably one of the best shows.
Shout out John Jake Gaming on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Make sure y'all follow my boy. Keep up with him. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Right. Tell her mama, tell her best friend,
Straight up.
Well, tell her sister, cousin, brother.
Right.
Yep. Tell your auntie to tell her friend in the nursing home to tell her work over there.
Bruh. Hey, look, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Y'all have a great Monday. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next one. We are out. Peace.